What's up, y'all? Welcome
Blog
to the
Talk
Swamp.
Radio.
What's happening, y'all? How you doing? Welcome to the Swamp. It's your host, Nicholas Brown, and just going to touch on the subject of manhood and feminism and what happened. I mean, seriously, what happened? I mean, if you look at what's going on nowadays, man, men, we are out here losing. We looking soft. Skinny jeans this. Guys, like celebrities such as Omar Epps, as grown as he is, rocking skirts on interviews and stuff like that. I mean, seriously, what's going on out here? You know, females they're approaching guys, telling them, you try to be chivalrous and be like, don't open my door for me. You're like, whoa, hold up, you know, what's going on here? I mean, seriously, are we losing? I mean, it's like we're flipping sides here, you know. Females are being more boisterous and in command, which is cool. But now I'm starting to see a lot more of it, a lot more of the flip-flop going on, you know. More and more females in the strip clubs, hanging out, chilling, making it a girls' night out. Shoot, back in the day when I used to sneak in the strip clubs or whatever, you'd see like a few females, but they were with their boyfriends, but they were like dancers on their night off. And then as time goes by, you see like extra females in there, but once again with their boyfriends, or it'll be like just a small group of females just looking to see what the guys were into. Now it's like you go to some clubs, get in before happy hour or whatever, half the crowd is female, half the crowd is men, as if it's a normal dance club, which confuses the hell out of me, because most guys, we used to go to strip clubs to get away from the dance club crowd, straight up and down. You know what I'm saying? Now the same dance club crowd that's looking at you crazy like, get your broke ass out of my face, are the same ones that are in the strip club now, taking up space. See what I'm saying? Yeah, and that's just a small thing of like what's going on with manhood, and it seems like everybody's switching roles, if you will. You know? And I'm just seeing a lot more softness going on around here. You know, guys getting more and more dudes talking about they're gonna get pedicures and manicures and stuff like that. I mean, look, unless you're in dire straits or it's a medical reason, I don't see no point in a dude going up there getting no manicure, pedicure. It don't make no sense. Just trim your nails, clean your feet. Boom, you all right. You know what I mean? Straight up. I mean, what you trying to do? Be all extra cute all over? Who you trying to impress? Seriously. I mean, the way I see it, long as you're handling your business as a guy, you building your own brand. If you're starting a business like myself with my publishing company and my ghostwriting services, or if you're, I mean, all right, if you're trying to be a model or something like that, all right, cool. You're getting your paper like that. You know what I mean? Or if you're an actor or something like that and you're in the public eye a lot, all right, that kind of makes some sense. But you do what you do. But bottom line, I don't understand it. I don't understand it. And a lot of times, a lot of people, they keep saying that it all started with the feminist movement. The feminist movement, a lot of feminist ideologies have taken over universities and schools and stuff like that, and 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 also inside of the public eye and the media or whatever. More and more roles that's more suited for guys, or that's more popular with men. It's like they're throwing it, like, all right, perfect example. A lot of these detective shows and movies, you see a lot more women playing the roles of the female detective or the lead detective. Not her as the sidekick in a way, but her as the lead with another female as her sidekick. You know what I mean? So it's like you see more and more women look like they're stepping up and handling their business. And another example of feminism, like being a total game changer in a lot of women's minds. A friend of mine, he stayed with a female roommate, and she went out on a date with a few guys, had a good time or whatever, and he implied that she got busy with some of the guys or whatever. They got their freak on or whatever. Knock boots if you want to take it to the '90s terms and slangs. And she sort of bragged about it, like, yeah, and I paid for my own meal. I handled that. You know what I mean? It's like she was trying to get props from my boy because she did what a guy would do. You know what I mean? Like, and my boy was like, okay, hold up, you paid for dinner, you bought the hotel room, you let homeboy smash, and you're bragging about it, and you decide not to talk to him ever again. I mean, you kind of helping him get away from you because you're a bit of a headache. Yeah, she's sitting there bragging or whatever. But in actuality, she's a headache. You know? So, I don't know. And then a lot of these clothing, what people are wearing now. I mean, you used to be able to tell a guy about how he dressed. You know what I'm saying? Shirt, jeans, you know, tie, whatever, right? And now you see dudes rocking on tights, shirts, tight. I mean, it's like they're purposely making these clothes and stuff like that extra tight for guys. It's kind of hard to tell who's who nowadays, especially from behind. Like, I remember that this has happened to me twice. We driving down the street, right, and see somebody from behind or whatever, and they had long hair, you know, and I'm like, oh, okay, that looked like my homeboy. Yeah, I slowed down to say what's up to my dog, like, hey, what's up, bro? Where you going? You know, give him a ride somewhere. Come to find out it was a chick. And I was like, oh, my bad, bro. All right. And then I pulled off and I left, and I was like, oh, man. And then another time, you know, dude walking down the street, skinny jeans, his hair, like he had a hat on, and it's like his hair was hanging under the hat. So it was like long hair. So I thought it was a chick that had on a baseball cap or whatever. Come to find out it was a dude or whatever. I guess he had his like hair perm and a baseball cap on. You know what I'm saying? And had on some. Thought it was a chick. Thought it was a chick with some capri pads on. You know what I'm saying? And you know, I was pulling like right when I ran into that, I pulled into the store, and the guy was like, he pulled out his phone. He's like, yeah, I'm waiting for my girl to come through. So I'm like, wait, hold up, you look like that. Got on some tight shit, but it confused the hell out of me. It really confused the hell out of me. Hey, got a caller coming in. I'm gonna hit him, bring him in. It's a 561 number. See what they gotta say. Hey, how you doing, caller? Welcome to the swamp.
Thank you.
All right. So where you from? What's your name?
I am from Fort Lauderdale, and my name is Shadeen.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm okay, and yourself?
I'm all right. I'm all right. Just asking, what happened to manhood, and do you think feminism had any part to do with of men getting soft out here? Soft with a capital T at the end.
I think that I guess how families are raising their children has a lot to do with manhood. Feminism to some extent, but I believe that if men understood their role, if they were raised to understand their role, if they have father figure, then there will be more men than who would be men than them allowing themselves to be degraded today. I'm on the spot. I have to gather my thoughts, but I think that in today's society, of course women are more independent today. That is very, very true. But when a man decides, okay, I'm going to marry this woman, I'm going to have a family, he needs to know what his role is as a man. And if he wasn't given that, while growing up, then he's going to grow up a man that just doesn't know his role. So I don't think it has anything to do with feminism. I think it has more to do with their lack of, no father figure, and mostly women are single mothers. They're raising, men. And can a woman really? I mean, some women, you can, they're very slim to none, but it's tough because it's hard to find a good man.
Yeah, it is true. It is true. I mean, I wouldn't know about the finding a good man part. I mean, wouldn't know anything about that. But from some of the arguments that I've collected and come across or whatever, it's saying that the whole feminism thing kind of helped sway in the whole independent woman way of thinking. You see what I'm saying? And in some of these broken households, it's like many of these females is like, okay, I can have a kid, and I don't need you really, man. I have the government to lean on. You know what I mean? So it's like it cancels out the man. And I hear that argument 1,001 times or whatever, and you see females, and I swear, I've been in certain situations where there's one female, right, trying to talk me into going in raw without condom. And I was like, why do you want me to do this so bad? And I was like, what if this would have happened? What if that would have happened? She was like, well, don't worry about it. My family, they're here, and I can always talk things up, and I mean, we cool, so I'll let you see the kid. I'm like, what do you mean you'll let me see? No, I'm gonna see. And after that conversation, I was like, no, I don't know you no more. Let me lose your number. Seriously. And it's just trifling how it is, how they have it set up. And plenty of the females that don't think ahead, that's their way of thinking. Straight up and down. Yeah, so the destruction of the home, it starts off with, and it starts off with some women being that way and some guys. Well, the whole idea of guys, having kids and running out, that too adds to that. Sadly adds to that. And that's what my pop sort of did. You know what I'm saying? And I really don't respect that at all from a guy. But you do also have
the question really is, why are these men walking out and running? That's the question.
Well, that I can't necessarily. Hello?
I'm here.
I can't necessarily answer fully, because some dudes, they do it because they're scared and don't know how to handle the situation, and then some guys, they really just don't care. They straight up just don't care. They're just selfish, all about them. Like, oh, she have a baby, she'll be all right. They have WIC for that. Sadly, but that's just how some guys are. That's how some guys are. And then some females, they'll have a kid with somebody. It could be the guy that they really didn't want to have a kid with or whatever, because, some females, they have guys in their rotation. You know what I mean? And because it's a guy that they don't want to have a kid with, they'll put that guy through all kinds of hell. Like, you ain't going to, try to make the kid hate their father. Somebody else calling in. Let me see what they got to say. All right, it's 281. Holla at your boy. Welcome to the swamp.
Hey, man, how's it going?
Hey, what's up, partner? How you been, man?
Yeah, I'm doing pretty good. I was listening to your conversation dealing with feminism, and for my 2 cents, I think media has played a major role in it. I mean, you take a look at a lot of sitcoms, and they try to belittle men, try to downgrade them, make them seem as if we're headed in the direction where they're not as intelligent as women, which, don't get me wrong, there are some men out there. Don't get me wrong, there are some idiots, yeah. But to try to degrade a lot of men and say, okay, you know what? Women play more of a major role in educating the kids and so forth.
Okay.
But they have to also realize that if you start downgrading downplaying the men and saying, okay, you need to not be as sensitive, or, I mean, not to not be as sensitive, but not to be as masculine. Then you're starting to take the household and make the men seem like they cannot do, how can I put the word I'm looking for?
Okay.
They cannot be as verbal in their household and try to raise their sons as being strong, dominant. They have to tell them, look, you can't be so verbal. You can't be so masculine around everybody. You have to be, I want to say, soft. And feminists
you have to be PC in a way, right?
Correct. And the media has just embedded that in a lot of men, that they're scared to say things, around their women. They feel that if they start speaking out, the women's going to walk out on them, or something negative is going to happen. It's more or less we're being driven to just sit down and just be quiet. That's how I see it.
Okay. What do you think about that on 561?
I disagree. I don't think the media has anything to do with how a man, plays his role as a man. Again, I think everything begins in the home. I think that you can't. It's like sending my kid to school and expecting my kid to be educated by the teacher and be taught by the teacher. I think the education begins in the home, and whether or not I have to say that I don't think the media has anything to do with it. I disagree. That's my answer. I don't know what. I think he needs to be more specific in where he's getting his facts from, because it has been proven that with single family homes, you're more than likely to have a man who isn't going to be a man. If he watched his father beat his mom, guess what? He's going to grow up and beat his woman too. If he was,
it's a strong chance that it could happen.
Yes. This is all. I have to go by the facts and what the facts say, and what statistics have shown. And although I know statistics change every day. However, they say it's more black men in prison. I don't think so. I think there's more white, but of course they're not going to say that there's more white. But the fact of the matter is, I think the education begins at home, and I maintain my position in that.
No, I mean, you're right, but you got to take a look at what the movement of feminism, to me, just seems trying to reverse the role of men and make women the higher up in the household. I don't think it really has anything much to do with a child growing up seeing his father.
So because you have an independent woman,
hold on. One at a time, y'all. One at a time. Let the brother get his word out.
I need to cut you off. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
It's fine. I mean, I don't think that feminism. That was my train of thought, but I don't think that a child watching his father beat his mom and grow up and beat another woman. I don't think really feminism has anything much to do with that. I more or less think that feminism is just trying to reverse the role of the man in the household. That's what I'm saying, that if you watch in media tries to downgrade the role of men and try to bring women to the forefront, which I don't think is anything wrong with bringing women to the forefront. It's just you don't have to try to downsize the man in the household or man in general.
All right. Now go ahead and speak the point that you were going to interject. 561, please.
Okay, I feel like therefore you're telling me that So because you're with a woman who is independent and she can take care of herself, that's the excuse that you're going to say that, okay, well, she got this. I don't need to do anything. I don't need to contribute.
No, only a broke brother would say that.
Done.
No.
Yeah, exactly. Number somebody that's trying to find a free ride out here.
Yeah, I mean, it's just.
I mean, you may not say it, but you may do it, and your actions may say it.
Well,
hello?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So your actions may say it?
Yeah, your actions may indicate that. You may not come out and say it directly, but, I mean, I've dated a guy who, I was pretty much independent. I really didn't need him, but, I mean, he just wasn't, he didn't.
That's on the movement right there.
But the thing is, I feel like, okay, I should not have to ask you for anything. You should feel, okay, I'm a man, I got this. You know, do you need gas, or do you need, you know, is everything okay? I should not have to ask you. That's how I feel.
Well, some dudes can't read minds, to be honest with you.
So I gotta ask.
Well, it all depends on the situation.
Okay.
It all depends on the situation. Like, okay, for example, alright, for example, say that, like we're getting along, we've been dating for a while, you know, we're making a strong connection, it's a strong bond, and, like, you're a little short on your phone bill, or what have you. I probably won't even, you know, be like, hey, you want me to handle that for you? I'll just pay it. Go to the store, go to like the phone, like whoever you're connected to, and then pay it online, and then be like, just, you know, I won't even be like, just spot me whenever you can or whatever. Just, you know, just say thank you and let's go out and have a good time that day. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's where I feel like feminism comes in, is because men don't know how. It's gotten to a point men don't know how to act towards things like that. So the guy probably wouldn't know that you want him to pay your bills because he feels like you're so independent because of this a movement that's going on, that he might step back. He might say to himself, you know what, she got it. You know what, if she needs help, she'll ask me. Rather not, for me personally, I'll just go out and take care of whatever bills I know needs to be taken care of and buy something for my wife and so forth. But then if, let's just say, for example, my wife starts saying, oh, I don't need you for this, don't need you for that, you're going to start becoming hesitant, or I got this, I got that. You become hesitant, and you try not to push the envelope by trying to force, helping her all the time, because then you become timid.
Yeah, because it's like, okay, should I do this? Should I not? Should I do this? Should I not? I kind of hear what you're saying on that. Now, before we get up out of here, we got like another 5 minutes to go, because I only have 30-minute segments or whatever until I can hook up more in the long run. Real quick, how do you think this could be fixed?
I'll let the lady go first.
How can it be fixed?
Yeah, real quick.
Men should just know their role.
Okay.
Know their role. That's the only thing I can say. I can't raise it. I can't understand how to be a man.
Well, I feel, women should pick men who they see have those standards in mind, and let him be the man. Just step back. Let a man be a man. Like if he has to talk to if he has to talk to their son, keep in mind, as man and woman have a kid, their son, for those moments, then let them have a good time for the son, or have a moment learning moment, father and son, without her having being overbearing. But bottom line, just let men be men and choose guys that have those qualities, and not just guys that who they see are bad boys or cool or what have you. You know what I mean? Just pick the right dudes. All right. I'll go ahead on 281.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with her. Men should know their role, but at the same time, men would not know his role if he continue to be shut down. So it's a two-way street. A woman also has to know her role, and the man has to know his role. They both have to come to an understanding of what needs to be done and how it needs to be approached. And that's how I see it.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Yeah, that's fair enough. You know what I mean? Like, everybody should understand, like, when they're in a relationship, who does what and know how to interact with one another. I mean, if there wasn't any father in any of the man or the woman's household, they should try to figure it out. They should try to find somebody who was in a stable, long-term relationship that had those, attributes in place, and ask them for advice. Use those couples as mentors in a way, so they can piece it together in time. That's another thing. Some people be like, some females in a certain generation, like my generation and younger, they're like, it's all about me, and I only need him to, like, move the couch or whatever. And it's like the guy is pretty much a big kid in the house or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's sad seeing a dude guys who I know, like, they moving in with they girls or whatever, and it's like he's just there. Big 6 foot forever dudes some of them who I know that's like 6 foot forever, and then they there with the woman. It's kind of her house. Everything's under her name, and he works. He handles his business, but it's like he's just there, and it just looks sad. It's kind of depressing in a way,
Well, he probably had a record.
What happened?
He probably has a record.
Oh, no, not necessarily. He don't. I mean, he got his degree and all. It's just, he's trying to start his own business up and everything. But it's like how the dynamic is, like what she say go, and I'm like, dang, man,
it's her. He needs something nice.
Yeah. I hear you,
when
but
you cage
like,
something up, it doesn't grow, it doesn't develop, it doesn't evolve. And if he continues to be caged up, they can miss out on the potential that he has for developing his business or doing anything else. So, I mean, hopefully
she supports him in his business and his endeavors, and hopefully when he does achieve, he's willing to make and do his part and contribute.
All right, before we go down to like the last minute and 30 seconds, anybody here have anything to plug or anything that they got to promote?
Visit my site. It's a dating site. It's onenightwithme.com. That's the number 1, NIGHT withme.com. It's a dating site. We can get more for your money without the gimmicks and without basically the BS.
Okay. Me, myself, the host, I have a book out, Dragonflies in the Swamp. I can drop links to readings that I dig. You guys check that out. I have more videos to readings that I'm going to produce and get done, all promoting the book. I can give you links to where to get the book. If you need the PDF, just hit me up in the email, pipnpens@gmail.com, P-I-P-N as in Nancy, pens as in I have more than one pen, P-E-N-S, @gmail.com. Hello?
Hello?
All right, ladies and gentlemen, time is about to run out. You guys have a blessed day, and thank you for your insights. Next week, I'm going to look into women in dating and why they choose to do what they're doing. I mean, I'm going to come up with a better title, but just know that's the segment next week.
I think you should continue with this feminism thing because it's not. I think I need to come more prepared. But okay, that'd be great. All right, bye.
Hey, thanks for the invite. Thanks for listening.
Thank you. Okay.
Thank y'all. Mm-hmm. Bye.